name is Joe Walls, and my wife and I are going to be making beer steak chili. And we're going to use Finnegans beer for this, for the Twin Cities Live contest, so we can win a trip to Ireland. We're going to start the night prior. We're going to be finishing this recipe tomorrow, and right now we're going to marinate about 1.5 pounds of stew beef, and we're going to marinate that overnight. So we're going to use 1.5 cups of Finnegans beer. Oh, let's now go to work. You know what? 1 3/4 cups. There we go. Alrighty. And along with this, we're going to add 4 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of dried thyme. This is just a little under a tablespoon apiece of Dijon mustard and honey. Yum, yum. Get it all in there. And 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Bam. There we go. We're going to do a little mix. We're going to set this in the fridge overnight, and we'll see you real time in about 12 to 14 hours. Do just a couple seconds on this video. Take 17. Hey, it's the following day. I've got the stew meat here that's been marinating overnight, and we are now going to put it in a saute pan. I've got some olive oil that's heating up right now. We're going to put in just a little bit of minced garlic and a little bit of minced onion. Let those caramelize just for a minute or so. We're going to drop in this 1.5 pounds of stew meat. Once again, that's been marinating in Finnegans Irish beer with a few added spices. And then drop the heat. Drop the heat to a low medium heat. So, all right, a little bit of a sizzle here. Drop that heat down a little bit, and boy, oh boy. Now as we're sauteing this, I'm going to add just a few extra spices that will also go in the chili itself, but I really like to cook the meat in these. Now first of all, this has always been kind of a secret weapon, is just a few little dashes of nutmeg. It just does something to the meat that is just right. Cumin, we're making chili. Yes, you just can't say enough about it. You can't have too much of it. Health properties to it as well. We'll leave that for another time. I'm going to say at this time I actually add about up to a tablespoon for this 1.5 pounds, because I'll probably put a little bit more on. We're going to give a few cranks on this salt. The salt will probably be, if you were going to measure it out, I'd say about 1/2 teaspoon. And the pepper, I'd say about the same, probably 1/2 teaspoon. Something about just cracking it right over the meat that just makes it authentic. There we go. So we're going to let this just simmer here for just a bit. So for our third step here on our beer steak chili. As the meat is just wrapping up simmering, we're going to add all the ingredients together into the crock pot, and we'll take the meat, put that in, and then just let the crock pot do its thing. So what we have is a 28-ounce can, diced tomatoes, put that in there. And you'll have a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. We also have a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. All things canned tomato. I think we got pretty much all of that. What we have right here, rinsed and drained, 2 15-ounce cans worth of kidney beans. And dump that right in as well. What we have here is about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, minced in the chili here. And the rest of a medium-sized onion that's been minced. And we've got, you can see here, dry, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 cup of minced cilantro. This is a wonderful little surprise in chili, believe you me. And this is a staple. Black coffee, cold black coffee. It does chili right. So we got a strong 1/2 cup here, between a 1/2 and a 3/4 cup of black coffee. It's just the right thing for chili. And we are going to put a whole bottle of Finnegans Irish Amber in this beer steak chili. Once again, just the right thing to do. Now we are going to add about a tablespoon cumin. Going to add about a teaspoon of oregano. And about a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Maybe a little shy on a full teaspoon there. And I'm just going to grab the salt and pepper right over here. Maybe about a 1/2 teaspoon more on the pepper. And probably a full teaspoon of salt. I'm going to stir this up, and we're going to get ready to bring the meat on over. Look at that. All right, so in all of its juices and glory, we are going to add the meat ever so gently and eagerly awaiting this thing coming to its completion. So we'll give this another stir and see everything starting to come together. We're going to check it after about 3 hours. So we're checking on the chili, tasting great. We do want to add a little bit more spice to it, so we're going to add 2 tablespoons of ancho chili powder, 1 tablespoon of cumin. So we're going to put that in right now. The chili is done. Now it's the moment. cheese, shredded sprigs of cilantro. We are set to feast like a king. Waiting all day for this. That is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. This one's for you, Steve. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's still. See ya in Ireland. There we go.
No more. I want the chocolate.
Oh, I guess it's a hit.
I'm getting all the meat. Don't drink.
Look at that.
Well, I guess they say the proof is in the chili.